The owner of this happened to pop in yesterday. His wiring guy, he's getting a new loom made for the engine, and his wiring guy needed to test fit some stuff. I was meant to have started, well, not really actually. I said to him he could drop it off when he rang up. I think I said, you can drop it off now because I like to have him here so I can start getting my head around the job. But I won't start it for a week and a bit. And a week and a bit is today. Anyway, he came yesterday, he was a little bit grumpy that I haven't started it. I think he was trying to G me up. But yeah, I've got me and Luke booked out a few days this week working on this. So obviously if you've got two people, every day is 2 days work. So yeah, we should chew through it pretty quick. And originally we were also going to be putting a 4-link in it. So there's a 4-link kit over here and then just the tubular arms as well, which he doesn't really have huge power in this thing and he's not trying to chase some massive weapon. So I think that what we'll do is we'll just stick with, we're going to move the shocks and do all this different stuff, whereas my supplier can give us a custom coilover kit for this car, sort of using the standard spring location and then a different shock. So yeah, I'm going to mock up the arms in this today and then I'll send the measurements of those off to my supplier so we can get an actual spring. Like their kit might just work as it is, but he wants it pretty low and he wants it comfortable. So at least had a drop tank, doesn't actually, it's just been painted. All right, so I've just been given the actual deadline. I guess because he was trying to work it out, he was probably freaking out about it himself. The deadline is very tight. So I've got all this week, but in saying all this week, I'm in construction tomorrow, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm in construction. Then I'm back here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I've got a couple smaller jobs in next weekend. But on top of that, I've got to basically spend all next weekend on this and maybe I might try and do a little bit here and there throughout the week. Usually on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I've probably said this before, but I do try and just edit videos because I'm on the tools in construction 10 hours a day. So to do that and then come back and jump on the tools here is hard work. Whereas if I split it up with a bit of book work, it's sort of not so bad. But I could always do 10 hours, come back here and just do an hour or two, just a little bit, and that'll help chip this along. And then basically I have to that Friday night. So on the Friday, I'll have a little bit more time too, but we're not going to have time to go. So I wanted to do a bunch of stuff on it for him, but unfortunately I'm just going to have to do the mini tubs and the suspension. Well, I've sent off all the specs to my suppliers for what we need as far as the shocks and springs and his ideal ride height. I did just chat to him about that because from fully bottomed out to the height that he wants to run it, it's 15 mil. So metal to metal, that's a little bit close. I usually like to have about 20 to 30. Closer to 30 is good. If I'm running airbags, you can have bugger all because you can just take up the slack with the bag. Like, depends on how your bags are set up, but like in the mini truck, I probably only have 10 mil when I'm driving, 10, 15, and it's fine. But a spring's gonna have more travel. So hopefully I can just set the shock to bottom out just before it hits, and then that way he'll just have that travel. And because the other thing is he wanted to get this to a real comfortable ride with all this, and I think I could if we just tweaked a few little things, but yeah, we've got, I want to, it's going to be better than it was because it was basically just riding on bump stops. It's fully smashed them. He doesn't want me to take the parcel shelf and the rear plastic trims out of the car because they're really fragile and there's every chance they're going to break. So he's like, I'd rather you leave them in. So we're going to have to do a bit of a work around that. But I think with having Cuzzy here looking, even if I'm just paying him sometimes there to stand there, it's going to help us just get the job done quicker and safer. But anyway, yeah, I'm just making sure, I was just waiting for an email back from my suppliers to make sure that I'm good to pull this diff out because I don't want to whip it out and then they need another measurement. But yeah, for now I can plot along with a few things and then hopefully get that tick and then we can rip the diff out and I can start getting stuck into cutting the tubs out.
What do you reckon? Right there?
Yeah. Works a treat.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't catch on fire, maybe you need to wet it.
Yeah. Might find out microfiber is a little fun.
Oh, the fire. Yeah, right. Oh, I think there's a fire goes on.
All right, legends, we have been powering on in this VN. It's getting me because I swear it looks like a VP Senator. I haven't had a chance to look up the body kit, but it's definitely a VN. Yeah, the mini tubs on this VN, getting through it. It's been some pretty late nights. It's currently Saturday morning. I've got a little one. I'm pretty sure I moved all my work till next weekend, except couldn't move one job. I'm worried that there was two and I didn't write one down. I'm so bad for that. I'm getting very, very good at booking everything into my calendar now. What gets me is when someone will come in, they book in person, and then I'll walk back into the office and get a phone call or something and then forget to book it in. Those are the ones that catch me out. I've got an older bloke coming down to get his guards rolled on a VF today. So yeah, we'll be doing that. We'll sneak that in. This has been all fiberglassed up. So probably can't see very good, but all through here we've fiberglassed, and like where he just mashed the tubs, especially in the inside of the car, you would have seen that throughout the video. It was real ripply and stuff where they bolted the crap out of it. Yeah, I've just put a little bit of fiberglass over the top of the whole lot, and I've seam sealed everything that's been seam sealed. A little bit of fiberglass over the top, so Cuzzy's going to come in this morning and he'll just get into sanding all that, and then yeah, once that's done, and I get this other car out of the way so there's no cars in the shed, we'll etch prime everything and then throw some Raptor coat over the top of it. So yeah, we're super close to having the tubs finished up on this, and then we're just going to put the rear end back in. So yeah, we've obviously got these arms and the adjustable panhard bar to set up and stuff. So yeah, once we get all that in, and then I'm still waiting for the coilover kit. I ordered it the other day. I ended up buying 2 sets of shocks because he wanted the better ones, but the better ones I found out afterwards, I don't know why people don't tell you this, but they weren't in stock. So yeah, I've ordered 2 sets of shocks, which I'll just keep 1 set for stock for this thing, so at least we can get it dialed in straight away, because he wants to pick it up next Friday. It's currently Saturday, and I'm not going to see the coilovers till during the week, so yeah, it's going to make it a little bit tricky. Yeah, got all our fiberglass in there. I don't know if you can see in there. Got some fiberglass in there. Yeah, we're ready to go, and I'm keen to get this one finished up. It's been a bit of a mission, like I said. I don't know if I did say, but usually I'd want a job like this for 3 weeks or so, just because I do it in the 3 or 4 weeks, so I can do it in the background. Yeah, it's not so much pressure. But this one, he wanted it done. We did drop it off the weekend last weekend. I could have worked on it, but we were booked out last weekend, and then every single job took like nearly twice as long. So it ended up being a very, very hectic weekend last weekend. Whereas this weekend, I cleared up my calendar as much as I could so I could just focus on this, which has been great. And then I also wanted to try and get a video edited and put out this week, which was not this one. I don't know how many videos I'm behind at the moment. I'm either 2 or 3 videos behind. But yeah, I wanted to get another video out, which is not going to happen. So at least if I can start editing it, I can have one ready for next weekend. But anyway, let's get into it. Alright, so hopefully we are close to the end of this job because the customer needs it back and I need it out of my shop. So we did the finished the tubs off yesterday, wrapped coated the inside the car here and then underneath the back half of the car, the whole thing. It's come up really good. I tried to wrap the coat in a can to start with because I just wanted to try it out and would not recommend it. It's crap. It basically just goes on like thick black paint. So then I had to wrap the coat here, so we ended up using that. And yeah, it's come out really good. Show you a few clips, but yeah, it's it's nearly ready for reassembly. So I'm just waiting on Cuzzy. He's it's Sunday morning, so I'll let him. We've been working around the clock this week trying to get this thing done after hours and stuff. So I said to Cuzzy, have a sleep in this morning and then mosey on whenever you feel like it. And we'll reassemble the car, put all the wiring back in, seats, diff. We don't have the fuel tank because the owner's doing he's got to put like a liner in it, like because it's going to be running E85, so he's got to put some sort of liner inside the tank. But yeah, he's still got that, so hopefully he can drop that off to us. And then I've still got to set up the coilovers because they obviously haven't arrived because we only settled on what we wanted like Thursday. So yeah, they've expressed them to me. They're getting air freighted down, but yeah, I'll hopefully have them during the week and I can finish that up, but I can at least get the whole car put back together, bleed the brakes, all that sort of stuff, so it's ready to go. All I got to do then is just finish the coilover kit and the fuel tank when he brings it in. But yeah, I'm just going to jump on the computer for a little while until Cuzzy gets here and then we will get into it. So I'll see you guys then.
What's best? What's next? New text, who guess? You said, I said, we won, we dread. What's best? What's next? New phone, new dress, new flex. What's best? What's next? New text, who guess? You said, I said, we won, we dread. What's best? What's next? Leave me alone, don't always give me your phone.
So it pains me to say this, but I think it sits at a very good height with his chopped lowered springs. And they actually sit in there pretty good because of the way that the new control arms work. It sort of compresses and pulls up on a bit of an angle. So this chopped spring actually then ends up locating itself and sitting flat because the way that the new control arms, trailing arms sit, once they're at ride height, that's parallel. The spring seats are parallel together, whereas the other ones, because they're so low, they're not designed to be where they're sitting, and they're actually on an angle, and your spring ends up curved. Whereas this time, the way that the spring sits now, it ends up cylindrical. It's straight, so it should actually ride not too bad, considering even with the chopped springs. And I'm pretty happy with the height. It's slightly higher, I think, than he wanted. The coilovers sit about 20 mil higher than he wants, and I know he's not going to budge. So the chop springs sitting in there, they sit about 5 mil higher than what he wanted, maybe 5 or maybe 10 mil higher than he wanted it. I reckon probably 5. And especially by the time we put in a fuel tank and fill it up with fuel and stuff, I think it'll be pretty good. So I'm going to set the shocks up now and chuck them in. And then I want to get the panhard bar and stuff in as well. And then, yeah, the suspension's basically set up after that. And then I'm just waiting on him to bring the fuel tank back since he was doing the stuff in there for the E85. And then we're good to go. We'll actually be able to test drive it and see how this thing goes. Because the other thing is might have to change the diff pinion angle. I'm very new to doing this whole setup. I've never done a 4-link in my life, and not that this is technically a 4-link, but it is attached in the 4 spots. But this is a factory style setup with just adjustable arms, but I've not set up something like this before. So the diff, from what I understand, so let's say your angle's on an angle of 3 degrees and your pinion angle wants to be 3 degrees, so that it's going down and then your diff's going up, and then they offset each other. But I don't know how that works with a car that has a center bearing, because it's like, I doubt that really matters then. All I know then is you can't have your pinion angle straight. So at the moment his pinion angle goes down about maybe a degree or 2. So it's still not flat, but it allows good clearance for the tail shaft against the floor. So the only thing I worry about is if we tilt it all the way up to get the, between 0.5 and 3 degree pinion angle upwards, if that's what we need to do, is that it's probably going to hit the floor when he hits the bumps. So I'm a little bit worried about that, and I've already massaged the floor up a fair bit to try and get as much clearance as I can. So we just got to see how it drives, because it might might get like a bit of a shudder in the back, and if we do, we just have to adjust the pinion angle and reset it up. So yeah, I'm hoping that he needs it back Friday. I've only got a couple more days, and they're days that I'm here after work. So I really have very limited time to finish this car up and get it good. So I'm hoping that I can get it all dialed in before he needs to pick it up. All right, so we're just taking a quick break from doing the VN. I've pretty much got it all dialed in. I've just been speaking to KS Racing about the rear coilover kit, because it doesn't quite go low enough, I don't think, in my opinion. Like, I don't think that the full height that you can raise it to is really valuable. I don't think that you should have it that height. So I think we're going to look at making a smaller spring for them, adjusting the kits. But yeah, I've just got to send through some specs, and then we'll liaise with them a little bit, because I guess, they can't just buy every single car and put every single kit together to get it perfect. They're probably putting different springs with different kits and different adapters and all that sort of stuff to make them work. But unless someone tells them, they don't know. So that's where I guess I can come in hand to help them try and figure these kits out. Because yeah, I've noticed the VT to VZ coilover kits, basically the rear coilover adjuster is useless. If you want it low, you end up taking it out, and it seems to be the same with these as well. But you can't take the lower spring seat out of these because of the way that these aftermarket arms are. Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure that out with them. But yeah, we're just taking a little break from that. We've got some stock suspension here that's going to go into this VF. He's got coilovers in at the moment, but he's going to sell this car. It's actually only got 70,000 Ks, but he's getting ready to sell it. And we're pulling the coilovers out because they're good ones, and we're going to put them in his other car, which I think was a VF SS wagon or something with a supercharger and stuff. It's a pretty cool car. Yeah, this thing's only got 70, maybe 80,000 Ks. Really, really good condition car. Interior is really nice. It would clean up well. He said he's just sorry to bring it in so dirty, and it's really not even that bad. So yeah, it's been well looked after. If any of you guys are in the market for a VF, definitely hit me up, because this thing is very cool. I just noticed it does have a little bit of a defect here on the front bar, but other than that, it's in very, very good condition. But yeah, anyway, let's get into it.
make sure we had indicators first there.
We haven't done any light check on the lights that we put back in.
Actually rides a bit. Beacon takes those cars to test them.
Hectic. That's a huge converter. Must be a bit over a 3. Wouldn't think that's half throttle.
Got some balls.
Ooh, goes with the speedo. Do you get that?
It's actually comfy.
That's naughty. Like this is such a mission. Suppose from here, chuck it back on the hoist just for one last check over and then we're golden.
Yep. Happy days.
So I just went for a drive in the VN. It goes really well. It actually drives really, really smooth. Like with the new rear end, it honestly handles like a VT, VX, VY, VZ. Yeah, it drives really, really nice. Not like a solid axle diff where you go bang, bang, bang. Especially being this low, it actually handles incredibly well. Not trying to blow smoke up my own bum, but yeah, it actually, this whole thing's come up really, really nice. So I'm really happy with it. I'm proud of the job. I hope he's going to be stoked. The only thing I'm not super stoked about is these lower arms. I think it's made for a coilover, but because the coilover sits inside that seat, but the normal spring sits around the seat that they've built, but you can't use your standard rubber. So I had to chop one up and make it work, and it is working, but it's not ideal. Yeah, so that's it. This one is done and dusted. We've taken it for a drive. Everyone's happy, and yeah, I'll be doing the handover to the customer. He's already come here and had a look at the actual car, so he's happy with that. But I was a little bit worried about the diff angle, but it seems to be handling really well. So it must be something, because obviously I'm not big on this sort of stuff. I'm learning myself, but because it's got a set and bearing, it must sort of reset the geometry, and it doesn't matter what angle that's on as long as it's on some sort of an angle. And yeah, it drives really, really well. So yeah, anyway, don't forget to drop a comment. It makes a big difference. And if you see the membership thing pop up, become a member, support the channel. I appreciate you. So I wanted to have a bit of a chat about this VN and what went wrong. I'm unfortunately not going to have any footage of it, and even if it was still here, it would be pretty hard to tell. Basically what happened with that car is it went out, customer drove it and was really, really happy with how it drove and all the work I'd done. But I put a Raptor kit on that car, and now I taped up like a firewall behind the driver's seat so that it couldn't get forward, and then stupidly somehow, either me or my offsider, I'm assuming it would have been me, put the driver's window down. So that basically deemed that useless, because Raptor coat gets really airborne. So basically the whole car ended up being covered in not so much Raptor liner, but I think that the hardener of the 2-pack settled on top of the dust that was on the car and then locked that in. So I've had to have my detailer go there, platinum detailing, and clay bar the whole car and polish a few sections and stuff like that. So we fixed all that. The customer's happy, but that's cost me some money. Then also, when I pulled out the seat, I noticed that the back driver's side, was it back driver's side? Yeah, back driver's side quarter window trim was broken, and he was really adamant about not taking them out so we didn't break them. So I think what's happened, but I looked for a broken bit, I couldn't see a broken bit, so I didn't think I'd broke it, but he's sure that it wasn't broken before, and I believe him. So I bought him some, I don't really want to pick them up actually, because I don't want to pick them up, but I bought him a pair of genuine plastics for the rear of the car to replace them, because he was worried about if he got one it wouldn't match. So I bought him a pair to replace them, and I think what's happened is when I've pulled the seat out, I must have caught the trim or something and it's broken it. And then apparently, I don't remember seeing this, I was talking to the guy that I got those trims off, and he said there's like a little hole that goes down into the quarter panel on the VN, so more than likely the bit that broke fell into there, because I couldn't see it anyway. Otherwise I would have given it back to the bloke or tried to glue it on and repair it or something. But anyway, so then yeah, I had to buy those trims. Those weren't cheap. Then I had to pay stodgy. That wasn't cheap. It was looking like it was going to be a lot worse than it was, but then I went and had a look at the car in person and said to the bloke, look, I'm glad I come out here because it's not as bad as what you were making it sound like. It is a problem and I will fix it, but it's not as bad as I thought. The way he was talking, there was going to be Raptor over the whole car, and I was like, holy moly, how did I not notice that? Like, I was stressing out. But all up, I think it's cost me between $1,000 and $1,400. I'd have to work it out because there's still some other things that need to be done. Yeah, so it wasn't ideal. Bit of a mistake. If I did the Raptor coat again, I would fully cover the whole car. And ironically enough, I bought enough sheets to do it. We were on a mission. We swapped from doing the can to the Raptor coat within a second and just smashed it out. Probably, I guess, let the pressure get to me and just was trying to make things move quickly and not thinking about things properly. So that's a big lesson learned. Next time I would fully tape up the whole car. Even the engine bay from underside, you need to jam things in so that it can't creep up through the engine bay, because that's what happened on this. And then also I would then tape down the sides of the car and make like a mini booth underneath the car when I was painting it as well, to keep anything going out, because yeah, it gets very, very airborne, and everyone I've talked to since doing it said, yeah, how did you not know that? I'm like, because I've never used Raptor before. And ironically, I was going to do the first kit on my VL to test what it's like and how it reacts and stuff like that, but I had that kit there and then ended up using it on his car. But the problem with testing things for a first time on a customer's car is you find out all the problems on their car and then you got to pay to fix them. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please know that I don't do things like this on purpose. Appreciate you watching. Drop a comment if you guys have made a mistake like this before. Make me feel a little bit better, because at the moment I just feel like an idiot. But if you do need work like this done to your car, minus the overspray on your car, yeah, hit me up. Until then, I will see you on the next one.